Hi friends, I was reading an article in Economic Times, and as per this article, Mitesh from New Delhi is investing in a policy or a scheme wherein he is putting 85,000 rupees per month for 10 years duration, and after 13th year he will start to get 1,70,000 rupees per month back into his account for the next 10 years, and these returns are guaranteed returns. Along with these returns, he's also going to get 1 crore term insurance with this policy for the entire 22 years of this policy. Now, this policy is good or bad? Pause this video and let me know whether you think this is a good policy or bad policy. Majority of the people will struggle to calculate the return on this policy because there are a lot of cash flows happening for 22 years. And also there is a term insurance policy here. How do you even calculate the returns on this policy? I will tell you a very simple method in this video. For this, what you see on my screen is I have assumed here rather than 85,000 rupees per month, I am assuming 85,000 rupees per year because that is more reasonable number for many of us. 85,000 rupees per month is too high a number for many of us to invest, right? So I am calculating more practical number, which is, let us say 85,000 rupees per year is what you are investing in a policy like this for 10 years. In the year 11th and 12th, you are sitting back and relaxing, not paying any money. And from 13th year onwards, you are getting 1,70,000 rupees up until 22nd year of the policy. So in this policy, how to calculate the rate of return is very simple. We are going to learn the concept of internal rate of return, IRR. This is a formula that is used by venture capitalists, private equity firms, and even in IT, people like me who are the project managers, we use that in business cases, right? Simple formula for IRR will be that you put all your money that is going out in negative amount. So you see here minus 85,000 rupees. And then when you're getting money back from your policy, you put that as positive amount. And if you just do a formula of IRR and just take these amounts, it is going to automatically calculate and give you 6% interest rate here. So meaning you are earning 6% annual return on this money that you have put in for 10 years as the money start to come back to you from 13th year onwards, right? Now this policy is giving you only 6% IRR, but you're also getting 1 crore term insurance with this scheme. How to calculate the returns of that 1 crore term insurance? Let us also consider that. Now on this 1 crore term insurance, you cannot directly calculate returns, but there is a concept that we can use which is called opportunity cost. Very important concept. In this concept, since you are getting this 1 crore term insurance free as part of this scheme, you would have had to spend some money if you did not have this policy to buy a separate term insurance, right? We need to find out how much you would have paid to buy a term insurance separately if you did not have this policy, because that is the cost you are saving, right? So for that, what I'm doing is I'm going to Max Insurance website because their premiums are reasonably low. And if we do for a 24-year-old male, right? If we do the calculation here, let's do the calculation for a, let's say, salaried person, and if you are educated more than graduation. So if we do the calculation for 1 crore of life cover, you have to pay 899 rupees per month as the premium. Since you already have this 1 crore term insurance coming with this investment policy, you will be saving 899 rupees per month, because otherwise you would have to take this policy separately, right? Because life insurance is a must have in our financial planning. So we all need to have that definitely. So if I use this 899 rupees that you are able to save per month, right? And if we say that if you're saving this money, you are not going to leave this money in your bank account, hopefully you will earn some money on top of it, because if you will invest in either a mutual fund or stocks or even a fixed deposit, right? So let me take a case of index fund investing. If you invest this 899 rupees at 12% returns for 22 years, because this term insurance policy is valid for 22 years, right? So if we do the calculation, it comes out that you have actually earned 11,65,000 rupees indirectly because you had this term insurance coming with this scheme, right? Now, if I use 11,65,000 number here and put this as a cash flow, because I'm accounting for it, basically it's a benefit. I'm not directly getting 11,65,000 rupees in my pocket, but I have saved that much money if I am saving 899 rupees per month, as we saw in the Max Life's website, right? And if I now do the calculation of final IRR, to make sure I can account for both the benefits, term insurance as well as the returns I'm getting, then this comes out to be 9%, right? So in this policy, now I am getting guaranteed 9% returns. Now you know the complete picture and you can make a decision. Now people who want to generate better IRR than 9%, I will teach you a very simple method, but a beautiful combination of three investment tools, right? Allow me 5 to 7 minutes of time and you will understand this beautiful concept in a very, very simple language, right? So in this option, what we are going to do, we are going to use three financial tools. Number one is term insurance. So we will buy a term insurance. Number two is we will invest money in index mutual fund as well. I will explain to you in a very, very simple language. And the third will be the systematic withdrawal plan, SWP. And the power of these three financial tools put together is going to give us much better internal rate of returns, provided you are willing to take slightly higher risk. Because please remember, in the policy scheme that we saw in the first half of this video, that was all about guaranteed returns. But here, if you want to generate higher returns, then you will have to take slightly higher risk, right? But I will explain to you in a very, very simple language. So first thing is that, let us say in the scheme, if I compare apples to apples, we were paying 85,000 rupees per year, right? So I take the same number, 85,000 rupees per year. The first investment we will do is in term insurance plan. So again, I am assuming that, let us say you want to take 1 crore rupees of term insurance, then you will be paying 89 rupees per month, right, for that insurance, as we saw in the Max Life website. That comes out to be 10,000 rupees per year. So if I take 10,000 rupees out of that 85,000 rupees, you will be left with 74,000 rupees per month. By the way, you don't need to stick with 1 crore of insurance plan. I have taken that as an example. You might go for lower or higher. For example, if you want to go for a higher amount, let us go on to Max website and put 2 crore here. And here the premium will be 1,482 rupees per month, right? So depending on what is your need about the term insurance, you can take either higher or lower. But just so that we can compare like for like, I am considering here 1 crore rupees only. And just a quick note that before you buy any term insurance plan, please make sure you check the death claim paid ratio. Extremely important. In case of Max Insurance, they are reporting it to be 99.51% death claim paid ratio. Also, Max Insurance is providing coverage against 64 critical illnesses. Extremely important for people. So before you take any term insurance, please make sure you check out these two things as well in your policy. In the description or in the pinned comment, you will find the Max Life Insurance link as well, just in case you want to take from Max Life, right? So now coming back, out of this 85,000 rupees, 10,788 per year is going into term insurance. The remaining 74,000 rupees is what we need to do to step number 2 or investment number 2, which is index mutual fund. Now the question comes, which index fund I am talking about. So I am going to take simplistic Nifty 50 index fund. And if you look at the returns, the last 1 year Nifty 50 index has given close to 21% returns. But we can't use that number for our calculations because it is only last 1 year's returns, right? So for that, if we go back and look at the past data, so let us consider last 5 years data. And last 5 years, Nifty 50 has given close to 14% total returns, right? But again, me being a very conservative investor, what I would like to do is I would not like to take 14%, right? So let us assume for the next 22 years, we can grow this money by 12%. Okay, I'm being conservative here. So if I do the calculation for 12 years, let us say the first year, I'm putting 74,000 rupees out of that 85,000, right? Because we got the term insurance. Now the remaining 74,000 rupees I'm putting in a Nifty 50 index mutual fund. By the way, I created a Nifty 50 index mutual fund video as well for beginners on my channel. And I also shared which is my favorite Nifty 50 index mutual fund. You can go and watch that video as well, right? Now coming back here from a calculation perspective, what you need to do is simply calculate future value. Again, if you just do a Google about how to calculate future value, you will understand that, right? If you want to have this Excel, let me know in the comments. Please provide the Excel and I will put it on a drive and you can download it and make changes as per your view, right? Now coming back to this 74,000 rupees investment. So after 12 years, this money will become 2,89,000 rupees if you look at the future value formula. Again, very simple formula here, right? Likewise, if I continue to put 74,000 rupees for 10 years, then this money by the end of 12th year will become 18,29,000 rupees, right? Now this I have calculated as per 12% return using Nifty 50 index mutual fund. But there are more than 40 types of index mutual fund that you can consider choosing based on your risk appetite. If you want to take even higher risk in terms of the index mutual fund, one of the index mutual fund you can consider is Nifty Midcap 150 Momentum 50. Again, this is very, very high risk as compared to Nifty 50 index mutual fund, but it generates far better returns than Nifty 50. And let me show you the data. So if you look at the fact sheet of this mutual fund, in the last 5 years, if you see the data, it has generated 32% returns, which is more than double the Nifty 50 returns. But of course, it comes with higher risk than Nifty 50, right? And if you want to take higher risk, you can consider that index fund as well. And Max Life Insurance also has a Nifty Midcap 150 Momentum 50 index fund as well. Please go ahead and check it out. I'll provide you the link for that mutual fund as well. But coming back to the point, it really depends on your risk appetite here, how much of risk you want to take versus how much of returns you want to generate, right? For this example purposes, I have only calculated 12% because I am considering myself as a conservative investor, right? And this 18 lakh rupees, 29,000 rupees, what we are now going to do is we are going to use investment planning tool number 3, which is systematic withdrawal plan. Because if we are comparing this with our policy that we talked about in the beginning of the video, we were getting every year 1,70,000 rupees back from 13th year onwards. So what we are going to do is we are going to invest this 18 lakh rupees in a systematic withdrawal plan mutual fund. I created a separate video on what is a systematic withdrawal plan mutual fund. You will find that also on my channel, or I'll provide you the link in the description, right? The logic is very simple, that you put this 18 lakh rupees into that systematic withdrawal plan mutual fund and you withdraw every month the money that you need, right? So just to compare it like for like, 1,70,000 rupees per year, meaning 14,167 rupees per month is what we are going to withdraw. And this money gets invested as well in your systematic withdrawal plan, right? So this is going to grow as well. So if I show you the calculation, so there is this SWP calculator here. If you were to put 18 lakh rupees there, and again, assuming that you are able to generate 12% returns, again, we being conservative for a 10 years of period, 12% returns is very much doable in my view, right? If we withdraw 14,000 rupees 166, then you will be left with 27 lakh rupees after the 10 years, right? So basically the calculations will be that you put this 18 lakh rupees in a systematic withdrawal plan and start to withdraw every month 14,000 rupees, which is equivalent to 1,70,000 rupees per year here. And do that for the next 10 years, which is equivalent to our first scheme that we did. If you do that, because this 18 lakh is growing at 12%, you are also going to get in the end after 10 years 27 lakh rupees with you, right? And if I put this 27 lakh rupees as a cash flow here, and if now we calculate the IRR return of this particular plan here, this comes out to be 13%. So in the previous scenario that we had, where we had 85,000 rupees going every year and 1,70,000 rupees coming back every year, and along with the term insurance benefit of 11 lakh rupees, we had an IRR of 9%. In this second example that we have taken, what we have done is we have done the term insurance for 10,000 rupees per year, and the remaining 74,000, what we have done is we have put that in an index mutual fund, Nifty 50 mutual fund, and at a 12% returns for 13 years, that has given us 18 lakh rupees. What we have done is that 18 lakh rupees, we have put it in a systematic withdrawal plan mutual fund that has given us 1,70,000 rupees every year. At the end, we will still be left with 27 lakh rupees because that's how the systematic withdrawal plans work, if you understand it. And if I now do the final IRR calculation in the option number 2, you will see that the final IRR is coming at 13%. Call is yours. What I have done here is I have taught you few things here. Number one is how to calculate IRR if you're going for any of these policies, right? Number two is that you don't need to stick with that policy only. If you want to take higher risk and if you want to generate higher returns, you go for this combination plan, which is term insurance. You can then invest in index mutual fund and you understand systematic withdrawal plan. All of this needs some knowledge, and if you're looking for knowledge, then you can subscribe to my channel, because more often than not, I will bring you these nitty-gritties so that you can understand a lot of concepts around investing. I will never recommend you anything, but what I am doing is I'm presenting you data, facts, calculations, logic, and what you are doing is you are learning that, and based on your risk appetite, based on your reward that you want, you are making investment decisions. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments a simple thank you. Hit the like button on this video. That will motivate me to continue to do good work for you at zero cost. With that, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, keep rocking.